right, tell us who you guys are.
Okay, so I'm Logan Hertner. I'm the store manager here at the Battleground location. I was born in Portland, but I was raised here in Battleground since I was 7, so familiar with the area.
My name's MJ Guardian-Silva. I'm the assistant manager at Battleground. I was born in Portland, but raised in Salem. And it's a new adventure for me.
All right, tell us your guys' Sherwin story.
So I got out of high school and went and worked as a golf course maintenance landscaper, groundskeeper for 4 years. And then I worked construction, and I was in like 50 and 100-foot manholes every day. And realized I hate my life. And then I've known Eric Peterson since I was in 8th grade. I ran into him in Jordan one day, and he was asking what I was doing, and told him I was working in construction and did not like it. So he asked me if I wanted to come work for Sherwin, so that's what I ended up doing. I started out, Connor Gill hired me at East Vancouver part-time, which turned into full-time in like 2 weeks because they needed the help. So turned into full-time there, worked there for 2 years, and then I jumped in the TAM program. Went over to Woodstock and Milwaukee and one other Portland store. I was at Clackamas for a little bit, and then so jumped around there, and then I went to Orchards as the assistant for a couple months. Had knee surgery, came back, was the assistant here at Battleground, and then I just took the store manager spot just over a month ago.
Before Sherwin, I was working at a local ice cream shop for 8 years. I was manager there for 4. And then I kind of got tired of the food service. So I applied at Sherwin. I started at Lancaster 8014. Jesse Flores hired me. I was part-time for about a month and a half, 2 months. Then a full-time position opened, became full-time. And then a little bit, about a month and a half ago, position opened, and I applied for the assistant manager position in Battleground, and here I am.
All right, tell us about a spill that you've had or encountered, anything.
First one that comes to mind was I was at East Vancouver. We had a local carrier pull up, and he had like 60 gallons of something he was taking to us. And he had a 2020 like royal blue F-150, and it was brand new, pretty sure. And he had the 60 gallons, but he came pulling up, and I just remember he parked the truck so quick and jumped out and was like almost in tears because 20 of the 60 gallons tipped over in the back of his bed. You could stand in the paint in the back of the bed. And he was like, "Don't open the tailgate," and my car's it's screwed for life. So I helped him like try to clean it all up as best we could. I had to throw away my shoes, pants, my shirt, everything. And I went home because I didn't have any clothes. So yeah.
My first shift, it was Jesse the manager and full-timer. Super busy. They were having me tint paint, put it in. Well, I put a can in there in the shaker, and somehow it popped up and got stuck, and paint was everywhere. So Jesse had to stop and try to take it out during a rush. It wasn't fun.
All right, how do we want to be remembered at Sherwin-Williams?
I always try to be a super positive influence on people, just in the workplace, and try to be as helpful as possible, even if I don't know all the answers, but, try to be helpful and, like, supportive of people, or fellow employees in the store, at other stores, and people I've met. So just remembered as somebody that's, obviously takes the business seriously, obviously provides food on the table for me and my family, and, clothes on our back and everything like that, but also to have fun with it and have fun in the workplace too, and not just be, so uptight all the time, but, to be able to be somebody that you can go to for anything, work or not work related, and just be like a supportive feedback. So
I would like to be remembered as a very outgoing person, very helpful person. I'm a big joker, so just having fun with everybody, getting along, making the workplace a better place if you are having a bad day. I like to make people's day.
All right, what has made you want to stay with Sherwin since joining the company?
I'd probably just say the atmosphere. I think, when I was jumping around from SAM program to all the different stores and meeting a bunch of new people, I would say basically everybody I've ever met in this company has been super kind and just respectful and very honest at the same time, to help you learn, as well as basically just being laid back and making you comfortable with every situation. And so it just has made things an easy transition from one job to a next or one position to a next. So it's just made me stick around in terms of just the people. People are very kind and very helpful, and so I've always just enjoyed having people to talk to at work, outside of work, be able to relay personal problems, personal life, or work problems, work stuff. So either way, I think just the people in general have helped me stick around. So
I have really good luck with good coworkers, good managers, good reps. Always an awesome workplace. Very helpful. All the reps I've been around with, the managers, I really like how they push you when yourself doesn't want to get pushed and want to give up, and they are on you and help you get to where you're getting.
Okay, what are some interests outside of work?
So I was an all-state football player in high school. Played semi-pro and pro arena for a couple years before I started working here in the off season, and then even when I started working here, I was trying to still play and pursue that, and then realized that I'm getting too old for that. So put a quit to that, but that was a lot of fun and good time doing that my whole life. I'm a Portland Trailblazer season ticket holder. I've had those for 6 years now, so go to a lot of those games. Unfortunately, no Damian Lillard anymore, so I don't know how many games we'll be going to. Probably be selling more games than not, but so if you ever want tickets, hit me up. I'll sell you some tickets. And then I'm also an Oregon State football and baseball season ticket holder, so go Beavs. Go to all those games. So if I'm not playing sports, usually watching them. I've also coached some Pop Warner teams for little kids 8 through 10-year-olds. I did that this summer. Still doing that in the fall and stuff like that. So also have helped coach the high school football team in Battleground and baseball. Sports is pretty much the relative to life. I like to hang out with friends and family. Fishing's a big one. If I'm not watching sports, probably fishing, trout or salmon fishing. So yeah.
What I do besides work, I got a 13-year-old and 11-year-old, and then a husband. We always do it, go out on adventures, hang out with extended family. We usually like to go to the movies. If not, we just do game nights. Besides that, right now we are big football fans. So football is one big part of our life right now.
Yeah, we're beefing this week.
Go Cowboys.
Yeah, go Niners. We haven't really been talking a whole lot this week. It's about the most talking we've been doing the last 3 days. So.
It's healthy conflict.
Yeah, it's healthy conflict in the workplace, All
right, what has been the funniest moment or most memorable moment you've had at Sherwin-Williams thus far?
I don't know. I mean, it was funny, but it was also not funny. I don't know if it was a trick or if it was on purpose or what, but first week that I was working, lady brought in a gallon of paint and said it needed to be shaken up. It was a bright red color. So now from this day forward, I hate bright red colors. She brought it in. Matt was like, you need to hammer that down. So I hammered it down, make sure that it was sealed or whatnot, go throw it in the shaker. And I can hear the whooshing of paint in the shaker. And I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is that sound? And Matt was like, I don't know, you should probably check that out. And I was like, okay. And so Joseph and Jackson were there as well. And they just had these smiles on their faces. So I feel like they knew and just didn't say anything. So I go to open up the shaker, and I just open it up as fast as I can like we usually do, not slowly at all. And basically the little cap on the end where the handles go up was completely out, so the hole was just spurting out paint. And I opened it, and it went all in my face, in my hair, all over my shirt. And that from that moment forward, I didn't know if I wanted to be with the company anymore. but I stuck around. So anytime there's red paint, I just give it to somebody else. I don't want to deal with it anymore. But yeah, it's probably the most memorable one, I think.
Probably the most memorable moment is last year going to the Women's Summit and finally meeting everybody face to face. All the women. Well, not all the women of the company, but most of them. Because you talk to them every day on the phone. So that was nice to get to know them face to face in this male-dominated industry. Hearing what they've gone through, hearing how far they've came. So that was really inspiring.
Okay, who has been a mentor to you guys, and what have they done to impact you the most?
I don't have just one mentor. I got a bunch. I actually made a list for this because there's been a lot of people, like, I don't know, this place has definitely been influential for me. It's helped me a lot. So I wanted to just make this like in order from when I started. So Paige and Kevin Armijo from East Vancouver, just want to give you guys the thanks. The whole team from Sage, from Woodstock and Quinn. Kelly and the whole crew at Milwaukee with Jordan Barnett. Matt Ledford at Orchards, and Selena when I worked with Selena at East Vancouver too. Mark Sissel and Cameron, you guys are the man, so appreciate you guys. Want to shout out Alexis Cerna, who played at Oregon State and also worked for Sherwin. Go Beavs, but he's been a huge help for me in this company. Eric Peterson, who I mentioned earlier, I've known since like 8th grade. Definitely has been super helpful and just guided me along too, so want to say thanks to that. Connor Gill, he's the one who originally hired me at East Vancouver. Dax is the one who told me to get in the TAM program, so shout out to Dax for that, and look where that's came, so appreciate it. And then Briley and Beth, when they used to be at East, helping out all the time and still helping out, and when I hear from them, super helpful people. Name them off. And then Alicia, from when she was here. Since the day I met her here, she's been just like the most helpful for me, just showing me how to do things and giving me more contacts and things like that. So all those people, and I'm sure there's way more that I haven't named, but for the most part, those are like the core people that have been super helpful for me.
So I would have to start with Lauren Avenida. He, ever since the start, really helped me, really pushed me, really just always been there for me. Any questions I had, take me to the side, train me, take me on ride-alongs, just broke it down, show me the behind the scenes of Sherwin here and there. And then Jesse Forrest and Daryl Kettings. They were some awesome managers, and they put up with me. Yeah, they also were part of pushing me when I wanted to give up. I'm here.
Okay, and finally, if you could give one message to the entire district as a whole, what would it be?
So, a lot of people, like, I fear this all the time, like, it's just paint. I would agree to a certain extent, but like I was saying earlier, I think it's our job, but it's also like it can be our career path and a livelihood for a lot of us, and it's what puts food on the table and what supports our families, and at the end of the day, I think it's like the only job I've ever been able to just worry about work here and live my life outside of work. I don't have to worry necessarily about work when I'm at home. There's not very many days like that. Might get an occasional phone call from somebody, but it's nothing to overly stress yourself out about, like I think a lot of people do. So what I would say is, don't stress yourself out. At the end of the day, it is your job, but like still make it an enjoyable place for you to be, and overall just take care of one another, help each other out, don't be selfish, be selfless. I always say that. So yeah, that's my message.
Same with him. It is your job. You can still have fun. Still, be there for one another. Don't leave anybody hanging. Even with your customers, engage with them. Ask them, how's your day? They'll keep coming back. They'll keep making you that money if you guys just engage and ask them how your day was. Put a smile on your face. Show them that they are welcomed here 100% of the time that they're here.